Now Jesus was talking because Jesus has come. And he wanted people to believe that he's the Messiah. And without him, there is no other person who will be like him or after him. And it was then people were talking about Solomon's wealth, prosperity, and his wisdom. And Jesus said, okay, then let me talk to you about the mind of God concerning me. And then I'll talk to you the mind of God concerning you. So he said, for us Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the wells of Berry. So shall the Son of Man, that is Christ, okay, be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. He's talking about his death, the heart of the earth. That is the grave in the earth. So he will die and they bury him for 3 days. Now, and then look at something. Look at verse 41. The men of Nineveh shall rise in where? Judgment. I don't want to go there. Oh, could you enter? Just right. Justice, take your time. Take your time. Hey, Justice, go down. I need to talk to myself because it's too much for me. With this generation, and shall condemn it because they repented at the preaching of Jonas. And behold, a greater than Jonas is where? Here. Now, Malo and Dasumo Kappa. But before then, no, Matthew chapter 11, Jesus has already told them that greater than John the Baptist is here. So he said, I am greater than John the Baptist. He said, even the least in the kingdom of God is greater than John the Baptist. The least among those who are born again is greater than John the Baptist. And here he said, a greater than Jonas, me Jesus, I'm greater than Jonas. Then let's go to 42. Now he tackled brother Solomon with all the prosperity and wisdom. The queen of the south, Sheba, shall rise up in the judgment with this generation and shall condemn it. Okay, the followers of Sheba and co. For she came from the uttermost part of the earth to hear what? The wisdom of Solomon. And behold, a greater than Solomon is here. Are you here, somebody? With all the wisdom, with all the wealth, with all the prosperity of Solomon, Jesus Christ is greater than Solomon. Say yes. Now wait. Life application. He said, this generation has nothing to do with it. We learn from Solomon's personality to know the dream and the mind of God concerning us. But the greater than Solomon is here. So if you want to know who you are, learn from Solomon. But I am the standard of your life. No, you didn't hear me. Are you here? No, you're not just government will not preach and talk, not talking about Jesus. You know that. You know that. It's all about Jesus. That name Jesus is highly exalted above every other name. And at the mention of the name Jesus, every knee in heaven, on earth, under the earth should bow, and every tongue should confess that Jesus is Lord to the glory of the Father. Say yes, Lord. Greater than Solomon is what? So what does it depict? Jesus is trying to say this. The wealth of Solomon, the prosperity of Solomon is not greater than me or what I have or what I am. Two, the wisdom of Solomon is not greater than what I am and what I have and who I am. So he said, learn from Solomon. But I am your standard. Now look at me. If you want to talk about prosperity, Say greater than Solomon is here. Now, if Jesus is greater than Solomon in prosperity and wisdom, I want us to look at something. 1 John chapter 4, verse number 17. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Hearing is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of what? Judgment. Because as Jesus is, so are we in this cosmos, in this world. So if we are one with Christ, not in the spirit realm, but in this physical realm. And Jesus said, greater than Solomon is here. Then your wisdom should be greater than Solomon. Your finances should be greater than Solomon. Come on, lift up your hands and say, I believe. So I announce to you prophetically, your wisdom and your finances shall be greater than Solomon. It shall be greater than Solomon. It shall be greater than Solomon. It shall be greater than Solomon. Say yes. So if Solomon's wisdom and his prosperity is greater than you, then we haven't followed him. He said, as Jesus is, not so shall we be. So as we are. So he said, as Jesus is, so are we in this world. This one is cosmos, not the aeon. This is the cosmos. Okay? What's it? Here. So are we. So if Jesus said greater than Solomon is here, it's talking about you. Look at Solomon's house. The servant. Don't criticize Christians who are walking in wealth. Because so many people think that if you prosper, you go to hell. It's not true. Many people will go to hell because of poverty. But I announce to my brothers and my family members and my sisters, are you here? Somebody say prosperity and wisdom is mine. And say I am greater than Solomon. Come on, shout I believe. Give me 1 Corinthians 6:17 and a book. Karabashata. Help me. All of us. Let's read it inclusive. But he that is joined unto the Lord is what? Are you born again? Are you born again? Are you born again? So are you joined to Jesus? So are you of one spirit with him? And is Jesus greater than Solomon? Then who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Say from this day forward, I have a mindset that I am greater than Solomon in wealth, in finances, in wisdom. Say I am greater than Solomon in finances and in wisdom, because I learned from Solomon that Jesus is my standard. Come on, make a joyful noise and rise to your feet. Rise to your feet. Rise to your feet. Come on, shout. Come on, shout. Come on, shout. Come on, shout.